Today, we are going to be making spaghetti sauce and talking about self-directed IRAs. The two perfectly go hand in hand with each other. So, how they go hand in hand is I'm retired. I have been retired 20 years, basically 20 years of doing what I want. I quit my job in July of 2005, and I opened up a self-directed retirement account that allowed me to buy real estate, allowed me to buy mortgages, it allowed me to lend and get a really good return on my investments in a tax-free environment. Meaning, if I earn, let's say I lend out $20,000, the monthly payments come back to me with interest, I pay no tax on the profit. I pay no tax on that interest. That is just fantastic. And the money stacks up in my retirement account as those payments come back to me. And then what do? I lend that money back out. Get it back out on the street. If I start out with one loan in the very beginning, I start earning interest, and then I start stacking that money, and now I've got that money out working, new money is coming back in, I get that money lent out. Now I've got two loans. This is how you grow your retirement account in a tax-free environment. How come nobody talks about this? I don't get it. So let me get started on this tomato sauce. Definitely got the family size can of tomatoes. And what I do first, I drain off all the water that's in this can. I probably get about 40% of this is water. And I want to definitely get that water out, and I actually want to cook the tomatoes and not boil the tomatoes. It's almost like you're frying up the tomatoes. That's where the flavor really comes in with the basil and the garlic. This is one tough can, boy. So I started this, what's called a self-directed IRA, with a custodian, and the custodian is actually the legal entity that holds my money. And then when I find an investment, when I find somebody to lend money to, I tell the custodian, hey, I want to lend out $10,000 to my neighbor. He's putting in a new patio and he needs the money. He's going to pay me back $200 a month for the next whatever it works out to be, or $500 a month or whatever. And I'm going to lend that money at a 10 or a 15% interest rate. Why? It's not because I don't like my neighbor. It's because I like my retirement account to get a very good return on its investment. Sometimes I get more than 15%. Sometimes I do a very short-term loan to a realtor who I met, I don't know, out at dinner, sitting at the bar, and he's like, yeah, I got a closing coming up in 2 weeks, but I need $5,000 like yesterday. I said, I'll lend you $5,000. When you get the money back, you give me back $6,000. Is that fair? Yeah, that sounds great. So $5,000 into $6,000 in less than a month is a great return. I don't know if it's legal or not, but who's complaining? The guy needs $5,000 today. Where's he going to get that $5,000? Personal loan at the bank? On a commission? Probably not. So what I'll do is I'll go to the closing with the guy when he's going to get paid in a month from now. I'll go to the closing, sit outside in the parking lot, wait for him, and we'll go over to the bank and cash that commission check that he gets, and he can give me that $6,000 in cash back in the form of a check made out to my IRA. I take that, I call my custodian, I let them know, hey, I got a $6,000 return of investment. You can close that out. There's a whole lot of moving parts. I can help you with that later if you take my one-on-one coaching, mentoring course, and really get you guys set up with this stuff. So yeah, it's really what you focus on. And what you focus on expands. That's a true story. If you focus on being broke all the time, you actually are telling the universe that I'm broke and I want to continue to be broke. That's not a good thing. So what I want to do is I want to drain this liquid off and have that separate from my, better use a ladle. I want that liquid to be separate, and I want just the tomatoes out of this. Beautiful colored tomato. Look at that. This company really does a nice job. Oh, look at the beautiful red tomatoes. One more scoop. 2 more scoops. So yeah, building your retirement account. If you really want to get crazy, like I said, I have a one-on-one mentoring program, meaning one-on-one coaching. I work specifically with you on your retirement program. Call me up. Let's get to work. I'll take you through all the hoops. What I also have is I have checkbook control of my retirement account, meaning I have a couple of checks in my pocket, and I go to a real estate investment meeting. Someone says, hey, I've got a performing mortgage I want to sell. I'll use my financial calculator. I'll teach you all about how to use a financial calculator. I type in some numbers. I want a 30% return on that $10,000 mortgage that this guy is selling. I hold up my calculator, and this is what I can offer you. $4,000 right now for that $10,000 mortgage. I buy that mortgage from someone. Those payments start coming to me, either through that old investor who is going to continue to collect the payments and then send them to me, or we transfer this mortgage note over into my IRA account, and then I start collecting on those monthly payments. But I know that, hey, my financial calculator told me that if I get this thing for $4,000 and I collect those monthly payments, I'm getting a 30% return on that purchase. That's what I do. It's a discounted mortgage business. This stuff should be in your retirement account. Monthly checks coming in. Hence the name of the group, Retirement Cash Flow. That's what I work with. I work with cash flow. I think I'm actually going to get another strainer here. Nope, I'm not going to use that strainer. So having these retirement accounts, collecting monthly payments, that really is the way to go. It's the best kept secret. Wall Street doesn't want you to know this. Apparently the government doesn't want you to know this. Because if the government did want you to know this, they'd be doing this video instead of me doing this video. That's the story. Why does the government not want us? I don't think they think that we can handle the information. I think the government thinks we're all a bunch of freaking idiots. That's truly what I think. It has to be. Why is this the first time you've ever heard of a self-directed IRA? No less the thought of actually owning a self-directed IRA. But having complete control over your retirement account. They gave us this privilege in 1974 called the ERISA Act. ERISA, E-R-I-S-A. Employee Retirement, I don't even know. Doesn't matter. I'm going to cut this part out anyway. But 51 years the government has had to actually educate us. Look at all that water coming out. It's crazy. 51 years the government has implemented this, and they've never done anything about it. They've never told anybody about it. It's right in the IRS.gov website. They talk all about IRAs, what you can't invest in. There's only a few things that you're not allowed to invest in. I can't invest in collectibles, meaning if I have a fine bottle of wine that's 40 years old, I can't make that investment. Even though that is a form of investing, it's too subjectable to opinion as to what the appraised value could be. Some people might say it's worth $10,000, someone else says it's worth $4,000. The government can't have that kind of wishy-washy. It could be worth this or it could be worth that due to interpretation. But it can invest in real estate. Why? Because the house next door appraised for $280, our house appraised at $260, that makes sense. We probably think that the house is worth somewhere within 10% of $260,000. There's a finite value to it. So the government allows us to invest in real estate, whether it's real estate that you intend on having a contractor come in and work on it and fix and flip it, or a long-term rental. And you can partner up with other people that have self-directed IRAs and collectively buy real estate as a partnership. Instant money. As your money grows, you start to accumulate more money, and that money attracts more money. It's just a true story. It has to be. What you focus on expands. If you focus on your retirement, building up your retirement accounts, you start accumulating cash. Does that sound like a good thing or a bad thing? A lot of people don't do this, folks. 2% of the country actually use a self-directed IRA. That's a friggin' embarrassing number for the government. That is embarrassing. And we need to fix that through education. So I'm glad you're with me. I'm glad you're on this channel. I'm glad you helped me make the spaghetti sauce over here. Look for more of these videos. Please hit the like and subscribe button if this information seems helpful to you. And let's keep doing this together. Again, I have a one-on-one coaching program. I work with you on your retirement portfolio for the next 6 months. We're opening up another class here in January. If you don't get in on it, there's going to be a 6-month waiting time before we open up the next one. So again, Retirement Cash Flow. My name is Mike, and we're building self-directed IRAs together. Take care.